Welcome back, guys. Ben here, and today we are checking out Everrail. Every passenger is a life. Every death brings the end closer. An open-world survival crafting game where you explore, scavenge, and craft to endure on the frozen exo moon Inara. Command and upgrade your ever-moving train, solo, or with up to 4 players. Move or freeze. This is from AC Interactive. It's coming out on the 20th of July, and we've actually covered this with 2 demos previously. And we have actually got our hands on a key early, so thank you very much to AC Interactive for providing us with a key. And we're going to check it out and see. We're on a branch press version of the game pre its kind of release on the 20th, where it may get a day 1 patch, so there might still be a few little bugs here and there, but we're going to check it out. If you've seen the previous coverage that I've done of Everrail, you'll know that I actually quite like the idea of this, but it feels very punishing from a solo point of view. And this is one of my main kind of shticks with it, should we say, is that you can't really run the train and do the craft. Whereas if you were a team, you could have someone driving the train, someone crafting, someone like building stuff, and you've got this constant thing of the train needs to be always moving. So what I'm actually going to do, because this would be like the 3rd time going over this, is I'm actually going to create a custom world with the difficulty and tweak it a little bit to what I believe would be a nice experience for a solo player, while still having it being challenging, but basically giving you options to move around and do bits and pieces as a solo player. So that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, sit back, relax, like, comment, subscribe. This is Everrail. Okay, so for those interested, if you want to copy these are what I would say are like maybe decent solo ones. Obviously, you can choose your enemy difficulty. I'm going to keep that as normal. Friendly fire doesn't matter. I'm going to keep the corpse public. Your options here are like respawn or lost, but the idea is that when you respawn as a member of your crew, and so it would make sense that your public would be that your corpse would be there, and you can loot the corpse of the previous guy you were just playing, rather than it being lost or anything. So I'm keeping that like that. I've buffed the dungeon loot count. We'll see how that goes. Passenger count at 8. Kept all the pickups the same, 5 each. And then the world, I've not really changed any of this. I think I changed the obstacle density down slightly. This is what happens, what occurs on the track. And then the base damage as well. I've just lowered those a little bit so that if we do hit the debris, we're still going to take damage, because you could just get rid of obstacles on the track entirely, but I kind of want to keep some of that on there so that we've got to have one mind, like, on the train, you know, at the same time. Kept a lot of this the same in terms of the general kind of train stuff here. What I have done is I've increased the maximum capacity of the battery. So instead of it starts at 6 megawatts or milliwatts, yeah, megawatt hours, I've upped it to 10. So we can charge more basically and keep it on there. And I think I kept everything. I think I bumped regenerative braking up a little bit. We kept the ideal speed the same, and we lowered the base energy cost down a little bit. So instead of 1 kilowatt, it's 0.75. So it just means we don't burn as much energy. Clouds, I have no idea what's going on here, so I'm just going to leave them. Don't think that's going to affect anything. We hope. So anyway, let's jump straight into it. Epsilon Inara.
We sent the machines before us to prepare the moon, to build everything we needed before we arrived. Rails, stations, a network connecting every corner of the surface. But something went wrong.
The thing, I really like the premise of this because it's it's a very cool idea. Okay, so here we are. You're hungry and injured. Pick up our rations. And I think, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm probably going to play this first person. But let me know if you'd prefer, just to show you the difference between both. You got your first person, and then you got your third person, slightly to the right and over the shoulder. But I think I'm going to stay first person for this, as there's going to be shooting, and I'm better shooting first person. But let me know if you'd like to see it in a different perspective, because maybe we can switch it up from time to time, perhaps. But see how we get on. I think we don't need to put the magazine there, do we? We can press 2 and we can eat. We can dismantle this robot. Here we go. We're playing this 4K, all settings on very high. Motion blur is turned off. You can turn that off separately, which is good. So, nice. And we're getting about 90 to 100 frames at the moment, so can't complain at all with that. We've got to put that on our tool belt. We can hack. So if you look, we had 6 passengers, now we're at 7. We can hold 8 in total. You can kind of do like a little Q&E lean. But it's more the gun that leans rather than you yourself. So it's a little bit weird. I think if I didn't go through pricing, it's going to be early access, $14.99 is going to be a 10% launch discount. There will be a supporter edition for $20, and there's also a bullet train and glider pack DLC that'll be $2.99. And that just has some skins for your glider and your train, basically. Train has arrived, can't stay, its battery's running out. Okay, escape the facility. So it's empty in 12 minutes. There we go to our backpack. We've looted some items. We got an achievement for that. I like that. Getting rewarded for my bad behavior. My looting problem. And yeah, I'm excited to see how it plays with the little changes we have made. I don't think any of it should be like gameplay breaking. But that's one strength I really like about this. I like that it lets you customize the difficulty. So of course there is your easy, medium, hard. But this lets us... I don't think... Can we edit? I don't think we can edit a difficulty once we're in the game. So we are like locked to this difficulty that we have picked. Like I said, I've pretty much kept it medium, but made some of the solo train management stuff a little bit easier. That's my idea of it anyway. Made that a little bit easier, so as a solo player, we can enjoy the game a little bit more. Because I think that would be my main criticism. Really liked the idea of this, but felt quite punishing as a solo player. Not all of us have loads of friends. Or loads of friends that play these types of games. I'm someone who will like play... I play a lot of games, guys. Like, you guys know. Regulars who watch the stuff we cover. I play a lot of genres. There we go. And oh, where's the other one coming from? Yeah, we play a lot of genres. And I have friends who play games, they just don't play... Oh, no. Oh. They just don't play as much as I do. Don't play a lot of survival stuff. So I do find I end up playing a lot of these types of games solo. Or it's like hard to like line up schedules and stuff as well. Right, I'm conscious we've got a timer, but I'm also conscious that loot. There's loot here as well. I've just got an achievement for looting 100 items already. I'm guessing it counts like the food and like it counts the multiples. I mean, isotopes, does that count as 100? I don't know. That's a journal entry as well. We'll look at that when we get into on the train. That was my main thing with the whole timer and the train as well, was that you can't really sit there and enjoy the lore and the story and stuff because you got one eye on your train running out. I'd imagine it will be something that will be addressed during early access, where they... And maybe there's some... That's what I'm interested in to find out. Maybe there's something you can craft that, like, makes that more manageable. What I want to see... I keep forgetting. I want to see if there's, like, a loot all button. Grab the isotopes. In terms of our inventory, seems like it's slot-based. We're not really... Yeah, we can eat some more as well. We can up our hunger. I think they've improved the UI a little bit as well. I'm trying to remember what it looked like with the demo, but I feel like this looks a lot cleaner. That could be placebo, though. But I think they've done some good work on that. Seems a lot clearer with your, like, hunger and your cold, health and stamina. All there along the bottom. We're gonna loot this. Dismantle that. So the only way to really loot and get anything out of those is to actually use the yeah, you can just press R to take all. Weird that when you loot an item that's loose on the ground, it's kind of carrying multiple items. Okay, so we just took a little detour. I think the starting area is always the same. That's why if it feels like I know my way around, it's because this is my third time playing this opening section. And it is seeded, so it's randomly generated each time. But it seems like you always start in the same node, as it were. But it does mean there's a lot of replayability, because your layout's going to be different each time. That means you could have a save that you play solo on one difficulty. You could have a save that you play with your buddies on a different difficulty. Still got 7 minutes. Train's just outside, so not too concerned. I think we got plenty of time. It's really full health. Get some more rations. I want to eat as well. Interestingly, there was no, not that I could see, there was no like hunger modifier or anything like that. But we did do the freezing modifier, so we're not going to freeze for 180 seconds. We basically get 3 minutes. We're going to get 3 minutes that we could stand in the cold and survive. Up from 90 seconds, so basically doubled it. Right, so the train is going to die in a minute's time. We've got stuff here. We got all of our food depot and all that stuff too. To go to the cockpit and secure the train. There we go. So we can turn the brakes off, and we can get this up to about 300. And you open the map. This is where we are. And it always seems like you do end up on the little ring road of sorts. Both the previous games we started had this as well, but it's all procedural from that point on. Like, everything is differently laid out, and these are all little POIs. It looks like you'll be able to scan to be able to see what they are from a distance and maybe what loot they've got. One thing I really want to try and achieve a bit more in this one, in this like episode, I guess you could say, is really sink our teeth into the building and like, what's our long-term survivability? Like, how are we gonna really survive in this world and thrive? Because there's not sure if there is a quest or a story of sorts at the moment other than just survive. But battery is expedition time. The more you charge, the longer you can explore. You can see we've got that 10 megawatt hours battery at the top. You can press H for the overview. Okay. And A is going to change our... what I did like with this is if you press A, you can kind of see how your route changes. So we change onto this route if we do that. I think for now we'll stay on the ring. And your train charges while moving. The faster you go, the faster it charges. Leave the cockpit anytime. And this is the bit that is quite punishing the solo. Complete the tutorial now. So let's open the depot. We've got another stack of rations that we can put on the train, which is good. Craft standard ammo at the synthesizer. So we can do some standard ammo and craft, and that'll take some time. But that'll do that. We can press R to collect. Build small storage with the building tool to store your items. So one is the building tool. And we can do small storage. Where are you? Where are you? Where am I? I'm looking everywhere, but small storage. So we could put one there, maybe? There we go. Place one building. So we can open the storage, and I guess we can just... Don't need 2 spare pistols, do we, I guess, but... I mean, we've already filled on stuff at the moment. We need some more storage. We have a look. We are coming up to... And you can kind of see there. Okay, so we've got a T2 scan. So his main resource is scrap. No colonists here, though. No colonists here either. There's some ISO, some rations, and some scrap and some tech. Oh. There we go. There we go. So that was the derail. And so we can actually brake at this station. And main resource here is scrap. And I think that means we've now got like... Is that 2 hours? Empty in 2 hours. I think I might have buffed it too much. I personally don't mind this though. Maybe I've taken the challenge out of it from that point of view. So we can park up here. I'm living my best life now. Small storage. We'll build another one here. I think you are able to move stuff as well, like move stuff around. I'll pop that in there. And we'll keep the ammo. We're gonna put all the the resource stuff in here. And we've got these colony journals, which if we press I, can we use these? I don't know. I don't know if you need to put them somewhere, like you need to like store them or something like that, but keep that on us. Spare gun there, I guess, in case we need that as well. I mean, it's gone red like it's going to be empty in a while, but it looks like we've got quite a lot of time before it goes down. So maybe something with the custom difficulty there. I don't think I really changed too much in terms of how long it takes to just to charge. I just changed it from 5 to 10 because normally the max battery would be 5. So we shall see. Got our loadout. That's going to be our tool belt there as well. Probably want to build another scrapper kit. Do we need to do that at our... I think we need to do that at our thing. Basically, the scrapper and the hacker kit, they are both expendable, like they are durable. So we would say we want a scrapper kit. Just one. You can also see you can kind of make... We could make a rifle. Rifle frame. So if we were saying, that's ammo. Did you just put them all together? That's composite, that's scrap, that's nanopolymer. So what I don't get is how you put it together into a rifle. If I was to craft a frame, a barrel, I'm guessing that's not enough. They're probably things that you use in the craft. There's probably a weapon synthesizer, isn't there? Actually, come to think of it. So if we opened our thing here. And a writable sign. Salvager, laboratory, refiner, exosuit forge, large storage is there. You can see how much stuff it needs on the right hand side there. Huge storage. There's passenger compartments, glider station loadout. That recycles items, laboratory, it's performance enhancing. Weapon fabricator. So 5 plates and 13 more bolts, right? So let's have a look, actually. So we need 2 of those. And was it 5 plates? I think we can craft them. I don't think we'll have enough for our stuff. But, and then, yeah, you need that before you can even pick that up. So it does say it's gone down now to, oh, because we're crafting, it's gone down to 1 hour, 34 minutes. I'm right, aren't I? It is counting in minutes. The more we're crafting, the more energy we're using. I actually don't mind this, actually. I like that we can park up for a little bit. Probably could lower it a little bit, but I'm not sure what I changed on the difficulty to make it last so much longer. If you look at the demo, I had like 10 to 12 minutes, and it might be that they've adjusted it. They've adjusted it for the release, and then I've over-tuned it. But there we go. So we've got all of that. So let's build our weapon fabricator, and we'll build that down here. And buildings are huge. Now you can get, we haven't found one yet because we're always at the beginning of a demo, but you can get more carriages. So this is where you then say, right, okay, I want a hyena, and then you need even more bolts and more stuff. Jackal is an assault rifle, so hyena is a heavy assault rifle. Jackal is like a fast firing with a large mag. Cody is a light assault rifle, lower damage. You got the Wolverine heavy pistol. You got the Badger super heavy hard hitting pistol. The Stoat is what we've got. I like how they're all they're kind of all animals, aren't they? But like small animals, like the Coyote, the Wolverine, the Badger, the Stoat, the Jackal, the Hyena. Interesting. And then you got the Scorpion, which is like a sniper rifle. The Tarantula, which is like a sniper rifle as well. And then the Hornet, another one. Viper. They got a lot of weapons here. You got the Boar, which is your shotgun. Razorback is your shotgun. The Hog is the shotgun. So you can get the theory here that all the pigs are shotguns. Kind of guinea pig. And then you got the Hornets, the Tarantulas, the Scorpions as your kind of long range rifles. So I like this though. I like that I can sit here and talk to you guys and explore all this because I've been on such a rush. I tell you, such a rush trying to like explore these different bits with the time limit before. And it looks like you do have guns or EMPs, so you can disable turrets and robots. Doesn't kill them though, whereas these will. So I mean, I like the idea. Does double the damage but shoots 0.3. I mean, the Hyena seems like a... Oh, but it uses heavy ammo. What does our Stoat use? Stoat uses standard ammo and does 20 damage but 0.3. Okay. So I think if we can build one of these, we just need a few more bolts. That's all we need. I've actually already forgotten how many bolts we needed, but 50 bolts should be more than enough. So it tells you what you need. You have all the research for them already. In terms of, there's no like crafting tree, and because if you die you come back as someone else, it's not like you have like your own skill tree of sorts either. You're basically just a soldier who's using their stuff to craft bits. That's it. Right, let's weapon fabricate. Let's make our jackal. Craft. Use some power as well. So now we've only got an hour to explore. Initially, I thought I tuned this a bit too high, but the amount you can burn through this with crafting, I actually think I'm happy with this.
Immediately consume food.
And we're obviously getting hungry. Collect that. So we can equip our food here as well, which is all good. And we can do that as well. Gets rid of it. Weird, the hunger kind of fills as your hunger fills, I guess, rather than it being like something that decreases, which makes sense because you do like your hunger goes up, I guess. So that's how they've kind of approached it. We have our little thing here now as well. So if we do what it wants us to do, which is configure our exosuit, and we can do that here. It's a shame you can't put this in, like, put these elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like, you can't put it directly in storage from here. Food depot is fine. Storage here is fine. And we've actually done a lot of that now. So, oh, you can't put the isotopes there either. Okay, good to know. So we want to leave on the right-hand side of the train. Front of the train's that way. Right. So for some reason, it has a scope. I think this is designed... Are you kidding me? You can't... Okay, we're going to change it. We're going to change it to third person. I don't think this is designed for first person combat. It's not. You can't. You don't look that. I was getting it with the pistol because I was like, there's no scope on it. This is highly inaccurate as well. Oof. Highly inaccurate. Yeah, you... Oh. I feel like the stove does more damage. Oh no, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, I'm confused with this weapon. This weapon also seems weaker. Not too sure on that though. We'll test it a bit more. But yeah, it's not. You don't look down. You've got a nice little. What was that? Like a little hollow sight on there. And it doesn't really care about that, if we're honest. Obviously, we're getting really cold now. Obviously, this does 10 instead of 15, but you can shoot a lot faster. But yeah, we've actually almost spent our... I don't know if we... Do we just take damage with that if we go back in? We've got our challenges, which we've done. These are all our survival basics. Build a laboratory, craft field. So if you're unsure what to do next, then you can kind of come to this to kind of have a look here. It does say locked, not available in demo, but this is probably still the early access because, like I said, this is a full branch kind of release at the moment. We're letting our cold go down. But yeah, you can get the idea though. It's probably want to get a big storage as well, don't we? But you can pop those in there. Seems like you stay first person in the ship itself, in the train. Sorry. But yeah, there's no point if the... Oh, okay. If the first person isn't designed for first person, it's just a camera change. Ooh. Oh. Good. We need to get some like proper heals, because I don't know. I feel like we put all the effort into building this rifle, and the stoat is better, which again is not great from a balancing point of view. There we go. All right, let's get this. It's getting cold again. Yeah, fast firing rate and a large mag.
Seek shelter or warming items soon.
Okay. Oh, that's the explosion. Is there not a way in here? Is this not a... Oh, I don't know. I think we're gonna... We might die here. Have we only got... I think we've only got one exit. I'm gonna out-heal it by just munching loads of food. Right. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. How do we get in? There we go. Oh, right. Exposed, critically damaged suit. That's fine. Is it a problem? No, hunger's gone as well because we've been munching. Right. Okay, let's have a look. I need some healing stuff, maybe like specialized healing, potentially. We got our ammo. Yeah, really not a fan of the rifle, if I'm honest. I think the pistol's actually better. It's got more inaccuracy. I don't think there's a repair kit. It's for stations, wagons, and other mechanical objects. And we got some normal stuff, really. Okay, so... And that's everything all together at the moment. So, like I said, it would be cool to have more, like, progression. Like, you don't really see that side of things here. Only usable in the salvager building. So some of these are just rubbish stuff. But yeah, sadly not great from a... On that point of view, I'd say this is not that great. It doesn't feel like it... I would be surprised if it doesn't get a buff. I feel like the weapon is very light. So there is day-night cycle. I'm gonna push up because I don't know if there is like a facility to go into or if it is just a train station. And again, not sure what it's a train station of, because it's just... Whoa. It's just, nothing. Oh, that's a turret. Right, gotcha. And it's immune because it's shielded. That's probably what you need the EMP for, right? Get some rations. Yep, let's heal again with our food. I think let's move on. I don't think there's anything good coming out of this area. Got some scrap metal. And let's go to the next area. I said, I don't think I put the difficulty up. I think I kept the difficulty at medium. So, what is going on? There we go. Yeah, I think let's go up. Doctor tool belt. So that's where we can have different things there as well. Pick our brakes off. We're going to go in a circle for now. That's kind of like your T1, your T2 scan, I think, or your T1, T2 scan maybe. Yeah, it just roughly shows you what's there. So we got another one at this point. We can mark that. I don't know why, because it doesn't actually show on your HUD. But yeah, it wants us to now craft a stoat. Basically upgrade to a stoat 1, which I think I'm fully on board with, actually. I love this, actually. It only takes 5 minutes to fully charge, and then will take however long to decharge. Obviously, constantly having to get rations because you're burning through rations because of your passengers as well. And your passengers are basically your lives, so we can die 7 times before it's game over because we just spawn back in as a different soldier, basically. So I don't think I've been to this one yet, so we can stop here. I don't know if I stopped near enough. I think we went past it a little bit, really. Where's it? T. C is free camera. I'm gonna back it up a little bit, don't I? Can we reverse? No. Okay. Well, let's use synthesizer, because that's what it wants us to do. It wants us to make a barrel, make a frame. Which we kind of already know what we're doing with this bit, but I guess we can... What is that sound? Did I leave... No, yeah, we're not moving. That's fine. That's fine. Crafted that. It's going to take another 30 seconds to craft that. That's fine. Let's use the weapon fabricator. And then... the pistol. The Stoat 1. Which will be an upgrade, so you use your existing one. Why does it tell you to build it with the barrel and stuff? Because you can actually use the Stoat 0 to upgrade. I wonder if it's gonna mark that as complete though, or if we've got to craft another one. But hey ho, that is that's doing that. As long as as long as we craft a Stoat 1 and we craft the pistol barrel and frame, which we have done. There we go. That will keep that all nice and happy, I guess. There we go. Definitely, like I said, early access. Got some kinks to work out for sure. $15 seconds left. It seems like you could do a Stoat 2 upgrade once we've got Stoat 1. Sounds like there's issues, but it's not. It's just the sound effects of you crafting. Crafted 20 items. Now wants to build a small ISO tank. While we're here, and I'm now Stoat 2's biggest supporter. We're gonna just upgrade that because the Stoat 1 is 25, Stoat 2 is 30, and you get a clip size increase and effective range increase, and the pistol is goated. So, frankly, right. So it wants a small ISO tank where you need the plates, the pipes, and the bolts. It actually tells us what it needs. The glider collects ISO from purple wisps in the sky. The ISO tank stores it automatically when the glider lands. Without it, collected ISO is lost. So we build an ISO tank with the building tool first of all. Right, so synthesizer. 6 plates, 1 pipe, and then 47 bolts. So I think if we just do that, and then was it one pipe, wasn't it? 1 pipe, and oh, you can only do. Oh, there's not enough Q slots. Okay, okay. Well, we'll let that do its thing. While that's all craft. Oh, it's empty and no. Let me go. Hold on. Oof. All that crafting has been burning through our megawatts. I'm not sure quite how this works. Because you're not all burning it, are you? You're not costing us 20 megawatts, are you? I guess it is to some degree. I don't know. I do want to put a disclaimer here that maybe they haven't fully tested the custom difficulty and I've done something that's like botched it. But don't really like stopping at the platforms. There we go. I'm gonna keep that there. I'm going to derail, like put our speed down a little bit. There we go. We're gonna go round in our circle, basically. Gonna go round again. That's a little train station. This one was a facility. Not sure what that is yet. So at what point do we see this? Is that as this first ring touches it? We get a T1 maybe? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we get a T1, small, main resource tech. The train station again. And then, yeah, once it's fully in, you get your T2 stuff. And then I guess it's maybe an upgrade for a T3. That's fine, we can put the speed up a little bit for this one. Let that do its thing. I said, there's a lot of systems and like gameplay here I like, and in a way I kind of prefer what we've done here, where it's a little bit more, your crafting burns through your power, so you probably want to do crafting while you're moving, but you can bank a lot of power, which I do like, and that's something I've adjusted by going from the 5 to the 10. So keep that going there a little bit. Get a little bit of regenerative braking there as well. He just fell through the snow. We can probably speed up a little bit through here. Obviously lots of loot, lots of stuff here that could be of use as well. There's way more train stations this time around than we've had previously. And again, interesting. A tunnel split happens. I think, does it still work? Yeah, you can do the free camera and clip right through the mountain. See where that goes. And I guess it suggests that there's like the level is a box that's underneath the entrance, and it just teleports you down into, from a game design point of view, that's the facility, and then that's the entrance that takes you in there, and then that's the level, or the little bit that you're in. It's quite cool to be able to clip through and see it though. And then there we go, got the snow back again. I don't know what's beeping at me. Like something's beeping at me. What we're gonna do is we're gonna lower this down to about 100. Oh, it says down here, track conditions bad. Oh, okay. There's another train station. We're just gonna go right through that. Take all of that. Food rations are fine. That stuff's fine. We need another plate, don't we? That was to make that. Pull that stoat out as well, and then once we've got that one more plate, which doesn't count until it's out of the synthesizer, so you need to take it out. But now we should be able to make a small ISO tank, and it's actually pretty massive. We can pop that there as well. We can now put the ISO thing in there. It wants us to build a glider fabricator, which we did do in the last demo. So it wants us to build 10 plates, 4 pipes, and a load of bolts again. So what was it again? I've forgotten straight away. 4 pipes. And we're actually missing the resources for those. So I want to go do some looting. And hopefully another train station. Another one. Medium size though. Some of these have been small. Got a load of ISO. A load of mines as well. 134 kilometers. Got your 2 tunnels there as well. See, it's kind of branching off these different things, and presumably these link back up into other circles that then, so you can move your way around if you want. I mean, it's been quite nice in the fact that there hasn't been as much obstacles on the track. I only lowered it ever so slightly. It seems like it's removed a lot of them. Again, I'm not necessarily complaining about that. I think that's not necessarily a bad thing there. This is a facility, so we are going to want to start slowing down for this. And without braking, it's not an immediate thing. It's got like proper like momentum and velocity and all that stuff going on as well. And there is the door.
Critical hunger levels. Immediately consume food.
Oh. Probably, yeah. Let's a little bit forward, a little bit more. There we go. Right, well let's go test our Stoke 2. Stoke 2 is now there. It's got a green little bar as well. Don't have a lot of food on us, to be fair. We kind of want to swap those over because these do 30 food and hunger, whereas these only do 10. Put some rations there, and then it's on the left-hand side, isn't it? So let's go get some scrap. And we still have the gun. I'm just not raiding it that much. I don't know what's still beeping though. You guys can hear that, can't you? It's like a, I think it's like a, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's to like save and then like load my save. Just see if it clears that. Like, sounds like there's like a warning sign. I don't know what's warning me of. Okay. It saves you back in the ship. We should have our loadout. Yep, we got our loadout already. Okay. And there's no beeping. So hopefully that's an audio bug that will just get fixed. I was really putting up for that longer than I probably needed to be honest. I thought it was just like my ship was on fire or something, but no. Okay. Let's enter the facility. And so at its core, it's trying to be a little bit of a, not an extraction shooter, but have that extraction mechanic that you only got a certain amount of time before you got to hightail out of there. And what I've done with the difficulty means that that's not really something you need to worry about, which I'm absolutely fine with. I'd much rather play this as a bit of like an ARPG survival shooter than having to think that I've only got 10 minutes in a facility. There's not enough time to loot. We gotta loot, guys. We gotta empty all of it, you know? Get all of our scrap. And so I guess you're getting a mixture of, you get the scrap from the enemies and like the bits of scrap you find on the floor. But you can also just find the bolts and the tools and the pipes and all that, the plates and all that stuff anyway. Literally, doesn't really matter what it is. I'm just opening the container, pressing R, and just taking it all. Okay. There's an enemy. Again, you're leaning. It's only a little bit, you know what I mean? There's actually a colonist here. There's a colonist thing there. Do all of these. Ascend through effort. Whether or not any of them are alive, though.
Passengers have been added.
Okay, here we go. Collected him like a Pokemon.
Passengers have been added.
Okay. We've got all of them now. Really unsure what you do with the colony journals. Guessing they're used in a craft or something as well, because it's not like it's a lore item that you can read and sift through. Or at least not yet. Remember, a lot of this is early access as well, so could be subject to change. A little bit of the Q&E lean there. There we go. Achievement for killing 10 robots there. I do like when early access games give you achievements as well, though. Some wait until they're 1.0, but I'm like, no, I want some stuff now. Some reward. That's our hacking kit gone as well, but we're kind of full on passengers anyway. We can't take any more, even if we did find them. But yeah, if you're really into your hardcore kind of playthroughs, you could definitely like whack the difficulty up on this. But it doesn't feel like the combat at the moment is particularly challenging either. I feel there's, you know, yes, you can get overrun. There's quite a few of them, like we saw at the train station. But they kind of just stand still and shoot at you. Or if you hide, they'll advance. But they don't really too much care for you. But then that might be like the design of it, that they're just kind of mindless Terminator bots. But it's probably going to be the squeeze, is where you're like trying to make sure you've got enough rations and food for yourself as well, because we're very hungry. We're already getting hungry. Climb up. Yeah, this is probably one where there's enough combat that I'd play first person, but the game's not really designed for that. We've looted 1,000 items apparently. That was an achievement for that. Kind of count as my point of achievements when they give you ones that aren't really that difficult to achieve, I guess. But sure, there's some stuff. More scrap metal. With ice stuff. can say... Oh, we're full. What I can say is it runs very well. I can't really fault it on that side of things. Can we... Oh, okay, so these aren't things that we can put... That's some rare graphite as well. Okay, so we're just full. Full for like new stuff anyway. New slots. Okay. Kind of looks like that's the map of the area as well, so I think we've been everywhere, haven't we? It's just in here maybe we hadn't. Great. Little melee bot. Right, you down. Down, boy. Down, boy. Yeah, we don't have space. Probably don't need to do this then, but... Got that stuff. Some rations. Keep an eye out for all the food. Ooh. Cool. Don't really know what's going on. Like I said, combat-wise, they're quite tepid. And obviously, I know we've got a good weapon now. Because we've put a little bit into our pistol here. There's quite a few enemies here. A whole little conference going on in here. Don't really know. Like I said, I don't really know what I need, you know? Yeah, it's a lot of looting. Where's that going? Is that going straight into our rations at the top? That's what I don't get. Our ration box isn't... Like it's picking it up, but not. But I think it's going... No, I don't know, actually. If we, like, drop... one of that, can we drop that? It's weird, isn't it? It's like not counting it for some reason. I don't know if that's a bug or not, but... Let me grab this and put that there. Got a load of ammo. That's fine. But then we can then put that there, can't we? I don't know what's been happening with all the prior stuff we've been picking up. And is this a loop? Is this is where we... No. This is another place, I guess. Carry limit exceeded. Okay. Definitely need to build some storage as well. But we should be able to follow the blue to the exit, I'm guessing. Pick up scrap metal now. There we go, right. And so there's a healing station here. You can heal yourself back up. A little bit of stamina boost as well. New facility. And And head back. We've got enough stuff that we can just build it. Like, we found enough stuff. So we can just build the glider fabricator now. We don't actually need to craft the parts. So it's a very useful build that was. Little dungeon run. I said my thing is that there's a little bit of, and I think this is my second criticism out of it in the previous demos, is I don't know how much this game is for me, purely because I'm playing it solo. There doesn't seem to be much of a story at the moment. It just seems to be just survive and explore, which is fine in itself. It's just I'm someone who I like to have a little bit of direction. It's why I kind of bounce off a lot of I bounce off a lot of one. Oh wow, there's the glider. Okay, games where they are just truly free sandboxing. I do struggle a bit more with that. These are like dorms, I guess. How many? Put this in the back carriage. Oh wow. That's the last carriage, okay. So maybe we put this in the back. And it wants us to craft a scrap gull 1. Scrap gull 1. That's gonna take a little bit of time. Come to think of that, I don't think you can actually fast travel with this. So get ourselves moving again. That's how you launch the glider. So we've already got that built in. Yeah, I'm very intrigued by this. And what is here does work. It's just how, like, yeah, I guess just you can feel the early access at the as well, because you're like, well, what is the direction? What are we aiming for here? But I like the power adjustments that we've done. I think that's where I'm setting with this. The 3 minutes should leave us fully charged. We are getting hungry. Okay. Actually, if we go up and go to our food depot, we move those over. Pop that in there. Those in there, like that. And I made the mistake of building my my fabricator all the way at the end. First thought it'd be good because you don't need to really do it too much, but there you go. Here we are. Right. We got that. We've collected it. It's done. We could even we can't upgrade it, but we could build a second one. We've got another tank and all that stuff. So build a glider loadout station. It's gonna need 10 plates. Regretting my decision to place it so far away. Right, and then the glider, Where's it gone? Loadout station needs templates.
Safe speed detected. Apply brakes or risk train damage.
Oh shit. This is the issue. This is the issue. Okay. So we can't go around another circle again. What we can do is we can lower this at a speed, and we can set this to go to the right. So it means we're gonna go off and into this next juncture. We need 10 plates. Engine failure imminent. So it really like drains it? That can't be right. I mean, I'm looking at the numbers and I'm like, it's 0.020 and I have 9.01, and now at the current speed we're spending more than we would be crafting. Now if I put the speed up a little bit, then there you are. We're kind of equalizing out at the moment. The time we're spent crafting is offsetting against the energy we're bringing in. Oh, F to get out, isn't it? There we go. The numbers don't quite make sense. Oh, I don't know. I guess how I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, 10, that's...
Safe speed detected.
Oh,
Apply
okay.
brakes or risk train damage.
Okay. We can keep the speed going there. There we go. Good. Oh, good. Yeah, I've kind of got this, I'm working out in my head because I'm looking at it from a decimal point of view, and I'm thinking, well, 0.020 megawatts when I've got 8.8. Like, I don't know. It's not linear, I guess, how it works it out. You can kind of see it's like you're crafting, like it says on the bottom left, like down here on my cursor, it says what your megawatts are in megawatt hours and your kilometers per hour. I think it's finished crafting now as well. All of those are there. We can build the glider loadout station, which itself is fairly big. Let me squeeze that in here. Like that. And some of them it's just like configure in the middle. Some of them it's like, no, go to the screen. There's our glider. And you got your glider tool belt. And launch your glider. Do we want to do this while we're flying? Like while we're driving? Or do we want to... I'd imagine you want to pause it first, right? There is a facility there. It's a small one with scrap. I don't think there's any pink cloud things here, which is the... Apparently with the glider you fly in, you collect the ISO by flying through those pink cloud things. And then I guess the tutorial is going to tell us what those ISO things are used for. But you find them in barrels, quite plentiful at the moment, so I am curious. But that is our glider. And we launch the glider. There we go. And we can carry 2,000, it looks like. There we go. And yeah, okay. We can go over here. Purple wisps carry ISO. Activate it with left click. And you kind of just fly near them. I mean, I know they call it a glider, but it moves around up and down to some degree. And you can put supercharge on it as well. the altitude back up. There we go. I guess it's got a battery level as well, which you want to be careful of. It's 1,000 ISO. It's a cool little mini game. I don't think the game's done a great example of like explaining. Oh, we're hungry. Hasn't really explained too much what it's for yet. I guess it's going to get us to do that next, like craft with it. Oh no, I'm too hungry for this. Not quite 2,000. Not any left. Some over there. Okay. Actually, charging. I don't know what did she say? If there's a way of you get a little pop in here as well. Seems to charge from wind resistance. And I think we chuck this in here, don't we? There we go. It catches us. And then here we are. We've landed the glider. And then it is full health. And we relaunch him, fully charged. The tutorial won't be happy until I've done it. So there's some more clouds on the mountain over there. That's a black box. Sends it upon destruction. And then glider scan pad. Okay. It should be. Oh, did I just turn it off? It's now not counting any of it as... What is going on? There we go. There we go. Right, back to the train. There's known systems. Oh, I starved to death. Obviously, because I didn't eat in between. There's my corpse. Take all. The glider's somehow alright. Return to the glider catch wagon. There's some continuity errors here. It doesn't quite know that we already had a glider. So I guess for the tutorial, all we need to do is just come back now and let the little baseball glove catch us. There we go. One way to do it. Yeah, make sure you eat, because you can starve to death. There we go. Right. Cool. That was... For some reason, we do that. Keeps all our loadout like everything that we picked up there and everything like that. That's all good. And then, yeah, you can't put stuff in quickly, it seems. Like similar items. You just gotta like click across it and just see if any of that is there that you can store. And it's kind of done now with what it's told us to do. So what other things can we build? We can build battery racks. So you can increase the maximum energy even further if you want to. You can go ahead and do that. Medium tank. Transit systems. This is where you can move between your wagons. So we could put stuff at the end of the wagon, one at the beginning, and then you can go back. You can build a second floor with some of these as well. Elevators. So if we wanted this to have a second floor, we can do that if we wanted to. Just like this one does. It's got that up there as well. That's why it's kind of modular to some degree, and you can put things down. And I guess... big old rails. Okay. Make sure we eat. Critical that we do that. But yeah, you get the idea. You get the idea. I think it's I have a little explore in here. What do you guys think? Like I said, happy to maybe revisit this with another episode if you'd like. I don't see this being like something we do a long let's play of, because other than just exploring, and I say that with the caveat that this doesn't have, because it's procedurally generated, there's only going to be a few like models, I guess, that it follows. One's a little bit more combat orientated. But I guess it's kind of, I don't know if we then eventually start crafting other train wagons, or if we find them. Maybe there'll be quests in the future. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. Where'd you come from? Don't like this, spawning from behind. Not gonna lie. The gun's a bit... Hey, 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 hey. Okay, not a fan of that. Whoever decided that's gonna be a good thing to do. I thought they started with specific enemy spawns, but these guys have been spawning behind me. Now I'm going to consume them. I'm going to feed my train. Yeah, I think what they haven't done as well, I'd say something like, let's say The Last Caretaker, and this is more of an argument of procedural generation versus handcrafted, is that there's like story and like purpose to explore, and yes, there's a load of like open ocean, and this has just a load of open like snowfields and like an empty planet of sorts. And then you have these little locations which are cool. There's not really that much beyond that in terms of lore, the people who came before us, or indeed like what caused the robots to malfunction and do all of that kind of stuff. But running around and looting was pretty fun. But I think I'd probably expect that to happen over time with the early access development, that there's then more purpose put behind things. Oh, was that where we were? Oh, so they weren't spawning behind me, they just flanked me. Fair enough. I was being critical of the AI earlier. They are smart to some degree then. They do kind of just stand there and let you take hits, but or let themselves take hits, but they I think it's just a small one, isn't it? But yeah, like it would be cool to get a bit of lore about like what that is, or can we scan that and like have our glider look like that? And I guess you just come in here to get some supplies and loot, and then off we trot back to the ship wherever we came from. Was it here? There we go. But I think that's the thing that is missing for me, ultimately, is that there's not enough. I'm not connected to this world. It's a very interesting, arguably, it's a very, very interesting sci-fi premise of we're sending the robots here first, and the colonists can then wake up and we've got the foundation set. And then, hold on, no, the robots are turned during that time. I actually really like that premise, and like as a story to explore. It's just not really here yet. And there's no quest, there's no like survivor or good robot that's like there is like countering like to give you these quests. There's no, like I said, I understand why there's no like skill progression, because you are just a different soldier each time, and you've kind of got these little challenges to like aim for, I guess, like place a floor plate. No, I mean, these are just like basically a tacked on tutorial extension basically. And obviously you got your crafting overview, so it tells you what you can craft where, but again, it's all here. You don't need to unlock any of it. You don't need to earn research points. You don't need to even you could have a system like Raft where you find scrap and then you put that scrap in, or so you find certain items, you put those items in and unlocks blueprints of other things you can craft or something like that. Obviously there's a lot of different stuff we can still build. Got more passenger compartments. You got a metallurgy module, so you can craft composite metals, and a polymer module. So these are all the things to get those higher tier of tech basically, and then with that you get better weapons and all that kind of stuff too. But otherwise, kind of it, isn't it? And you just explore the map. So even though, like, you could even say like something like No Man's Sky, where you've got that base quest line progression and there's plenty to explore. Because I don't mind the building your base off of a train, but then at the same time, there's not a ton of like customization here. Like, yes, you can put some stairs in, you can put a floor in, you can put a sign, teleportation stuff, but there's no props. There's no player agency with this, really, in terms of, you know, show off your train build. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's Voyages of Nero showing off your base, or Enshrouded, or Palworld, or even like The Last Caretaker, show me your boat layout, show me how you've optimized. Like, there's not. You just place your module, and you dump your food in here, and I don't know. I think it's very promising for what it is. I'm very intrigued to see where this goes, but there's still a lot of my initial concerns I had with the two demos, and I do appreciate yeah, I do appreciate being given the key to check this out and everything from Acer Interactive. I think it's very cool what they're building here. You can tell they've got like the gameplay here. You could say there's not really enough for me to stay and really, like, I can't see myself putting 10, 15, 20 hours into this game. And I think that's my thing. And that might be just because, like I said at the beginning, like, oh, we could stop here and there's mines there and stuff like that. Like, there's different facilities you can go into, but I guess that's my thing, is that there's not enough motivation here to pull me in and be like, right, what am I going to spend 10, 15 hours on? Whereas something like The Last Caretaker or Voyages of Nero or something like that, you can easily get pulled into, you know, 50 hours and upwards. And I think that's the thing that this game is missing, is what's my purpose at the moment. And maybe that's to come. Like I said, maybe that's to come over the early access. So yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you'd like to see another episode of this. I will save this so we can pick this back up. I am quite happy, at least, that I think, although it seems really weird that when you're crafting it decreases so quickly, I am happy that I increased the battery and the charging side of things, because it does let me actually explore a bit more carefree, and I think that's really important from a solo point of view. But obviously, if you're playing with others, you can have someone managing, like, piloting the train, someone else crafting, someone else sorting out the loadout and the glider and stuff. So you don't I think they've balanced it quite well for multiplayer play. I think the little tweaks I've done have helped it from a solo point of view. But hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.